Alright, dickheads. Rugrats Adventure in Gameland is free on Epic this week, but is it worth it? Well, I'll tell you what I think. Obviously, free games are always worth adding to the account, but are you gonna want to play this? Well, let's see. Apparently this game came out in March 2024, but just went multi-platform on September 10th. I think it's wild that it's already free on Epic because of that, even though it's a discount title at $24.99. But I think that's because Epic wanted to undercut other platforms with this free release, which is absolutely savage. Alright, so Rugrats Adventures in Gameland looks like an episode of Rugrats with some minor issues. Visuals are crisp, bright, and colorful. You get to play as the 4 babies, which all play the same other than differences in their jump height and whatever lift means. Obviously, since the show was never shot in this 2D perspective, however, you see the characters in a weird angle for the majority of the game. Controls feel tight, and it never feels like you're really struggling with them, which is important in a character action platformer. The game plays like an old-school Nintendo Entertainment System platformer aimed at younger players. Controls aren't explained to you, but they do feel intuitive enough. You figure out the butt stomp really easily, as well as tossing things, climbing, and stacking, and other gameplay mechanics. Speaking of the NES, there also appears to be a limited-run NES cartridge release of this game, which means that, yep, there's an NES graphics mode. This makes sense, but also leads to my main criticism of this game. This game is dumb simple. I think I've played maybe 20 minutes of it and I was over it within the first 5. There's not much to do, so I felt bored really early. It might be fine to park kids in front of, but if you're looking for something more complex, this ain't it, chief. Narratively, you don't even know what the main goal of this game is until you beat the first level. You just kinda dropped into it. This lines up with older platformers, but I'm used to more story and motivation in my video games these days. Story segments in this game are not voiced, despite the HD graphics. This makes sense in NES mode, but not in standard graphics mode. Seeing the other characters show up here, lovingly illustrated by the devs though, is nice. Overall, I didn't really enjoy this game, but fans of Rugrats may be able to eke out some nostalgia from the game, both in gameplay and from the license. It feels like an overall average experience at best, and I'm gonna have to say this ain't worth playing even for free, unless you really enjoy the Rugrats. If you enjoyed this, thanks for listening. I try to make a mini review of all of the games that get released on the Epic Game Store for free every week, and it's kind of a chore. But if you've enjoyed it, please leave a like, share, let me know what you think in the comments below, and you have a wonderful rest of your day, okay?